Remember, you are studying to get an MD medicine seat. You are not doing MD medicine. So study smart. Hey everyone. So finally the date has been announced. It's 5th March 2023, the date on which the efforts that you have been putting in for the past 1, 2 or more number of years are finally going to be tested. So it's time to gear up. Just 5 months in hand. This is the time you need to struggle. And एक बार PG मिल जाए इसके बाद तो आराम नहीं है. PG में भी आराम नहीं है, but security है. And sense of security is desirable. So let's work towards this common goal of cracking NEET PG. Okay? So I have come up with a plan that will make this journey of yours easy. This is the very plan which I used for attaining this rank of 30 in NEET PG 2022. This was my preparation strategy, and I also want to say that this is the very plan that I would have followed had I been preparing for NEET PG 2023. So without wasting much of your time, let's begin. First, let me tell you who all should watch this video. This plan has been curated specially keeping in mind those students who have not begun. That is, students beginning from scratch. Number 2, students who have done their first reading but do not know how to go about revisions. Number 3, students who have taken multiple GTs but have not been able to cross the 400 mark or just cross the 400 mark, which is around 50% of the marks, and therefore they have now started to feel low, depressed about it. Frustration is kind of setting in and they do not know what to do next. Have a look at the plan. Let me begin by mentioning the highlights of this plan. Number 1, reading and revision should go on simultaneously. The ones mentioned in black are for your first read and the ones mentioned in red are your second revisions. For most of the subjects, I have included one revision, exceptions being the giant 4, pathology, pharmacology, microbiology and obstetrics and gynecology, for which I have included 2 sets of revisions. And for 2 short subjects, that is radiology and pediatrics, I have included no revisions at all. The time duration of this plan is 4 months. That is, anyone who begins today should be able to complete this plan by mid-January. 1 GT is to be taken every 2 weeks or every 10 days a single GT can be taken. Depends upon the student. If he is taking live GTs of marrow, he can continue with 1 GT taken every 2 weeks. Medicine does not hold a place in my plan because I believe you need not study medicine in depth if you are preparing for NEET PG. If you solve the 17 to 18 odd questions asked from medicine per GT, you will realize that most of the questions will get solved based on the knowledge you will have acquired from subjects like physiology, pathology, pharmacology and microbiology. You will not need to study. You will never feel the need to study medicine separately. Except for the core topics of medicine, which are clinical cases of ECG, then atrial fibrillation, ARDS, pulmonary hypertension, renal tubular acidosis, asthma and COPD guidelines, acute kidney injury, ABG analysis, etc. Most of such topics will get done if you get a command over the 18 to 19 questions that will be asked from medicine. If you review them properly, entire medicine will be done. You will not need to dedicate another day to medicine separately. That's why I say that prepare for 18 subjects and your medicine will get done. Remember, you are studying to get an MD medicine seat. You are not doing MD medicine. So study smart. Now enough of beating about the bush. Now let's come to the crux of the plan. I will cite one subject as an example and elaborate on that. So have a look at the plan again. Look at the first subject, which is pathology. I have allotted 6 days for the first read of pathology. In these 6 days, you have to primarily read notes, and every time you get stuck on any point, you do not understand any point from the notes, you will have to refer to videos. Because you just have 5 months in hand, which is not enough for seeing all the video lectures for all the subjects. Every time you get stuck or for only the topics which you find difficult, you have to resort to videos. And question bank modules need to be done daily. 2 to 3 hours need to be dedicated to solving questions on the topics that you did the whole day. It might not be possible for all of you to finish entire pathology in 6 days allotted time. The topics that you'll be missing out on your first read, you should not be worrying about those. You should not be adding another day to this 6 days allotted time in order to finish the entire pathology. Once you do this for pathology, you will develop this tendency to do the similar things for other subjects as well. And finally, the amount of time that will be taken to complete this plan will become much more. So adding days to this plan is a big no-no. If you are not able to complete few topics, for example, you missed out on neoplasia and gynecological pathologies on your first read, you should not be worrying. Proceed to the next subject. 2 days for derma, then do obstetrics, ortho, gynae as per the plan. The next time it will be time for you to revise pathology. The first day will be dedicated to reading the topics that you missed out on your first read. That is, you will be completing neoplasia and gynecological pathologies on day 1. Then you will be left with day 2, day 3, day 4. In these 3 days, you have to revise. You have to revise the notes. You could revise from the main set of notes, or if you find reading notes again and again monotonous, then what you can do is you can always refer to revision videos. Revision videos are nothing but the most important filtered out substances presented to us by our teachers. So revision videos are a must watch. So after you're done with revision videos, you have revised notes, if you still have time, then you can watch image-based discussion. Image-based discussion in subjects like microbiology, pathology, anatomy are of huge significance. Also dermatology are of huge significance. So you can always, it's always a good idea to invest some amount of time in doing the image-based discussion, also called the snapshot interplatter. So after you're done with revision videos, image-based discussion, that's snapshot, and revising the main set of notes, now it is time to test yourself. You have to test yourself first by solving the PYQs, the previous year's questions. See if you are able to solve the PYQs, the previous year's questions, based on the knowledge you have just acquired. Next thing you have to test yourself is by taking an SWT, a subject-wise test. A subject-wise test will have 50 odd questions, and see the number of questions you're getting right and number of questions you're getting wrong. Try to attempt all questions. Do not skip any question. Okay? If there are new concepts, definitely you will come across new concepts in SWT, new information. You have to add those to your main set of notes. If you find any volatile topics, volatile notes from your revision videos or from your PYQs or from SWT, add them to your volatile notebook. This is the third thing you have to do in your revision phase. First, you have done revision. Second, you have taken a test. You have tested yourself. Third thing, you have to start constructing this volatile notebook. That is the 20th notebook, which will be a summary of all the volatile stuffs, the volatile memory-based or fact-based information, plus the concepts. After you're done with these three, your revision phase is over.
रुको जरा, सबर करो.
Now proceed to the next subject. So this is the way you have to proceed with all the subjects. You can also take a test on image-based test, okay? Image-based test, again, the subjects I mentioned, like microbiology, pathology, anatomy, and dermatology. For these 3 subjects, and also orthopedics. For these 4 subjects, images are extremely important. Try to revise them again and again, and test yourself. Okay, for anatomy, we have cadaveric images test. For microbiology and pathology, we have slides tests, multiple of them in Marrow platform. Go through them and test yourself. Okay, now extra special things I would like to mention for micro and pharma is micro and pharma are subjects for which I would not like you to rely on any kind of revision videos or revision notes. Do not try to make any 28 notebook for these 2 subjects, because each and every line is important of these 2 subjects. So you have to revise these subjects, the main set of notes every time you revise them. Okay, because every word is important and every sentence can be transformed into a question. And another subject I would like to mention about is SPM. SPM I have given a total of 5 plus 3 days to SPM, but it is highly volatile and it is a subject of huge weightage. Okay, so how do you do that? You have to do 30 minutes to 45 minutes daily. You do of SPM, that is, you have to dedicate 35 to 40 minutes to SPM daily. How to do it? You just have to open an Academy app, and in an Academy app you have to watch Neha Taneja ma'am's lectures. She takes leaderboard challenge. She asks 10 questions daily, and those 10 questions means 10 topics. So you're getting done with 10 topics daily from today to the day of exam. 10 topics means 10 topics per day means total. Just count the total number of topics you'll have done by the month of March. So I say, please follow Neha Taneja ma'am and do her questions. She makes SPM terribly easy. So yes, that's all I have for this video. If you found this convincing enough, please go through it. Follow it. Okay, you can always change your strategy at any point in time. If things have not been working for you, then this is a strategy I have for you. If you follow this, I feel that I feel my efforts were worth it. Okay, this has worked tremendously well for me, and I'm so desperate to share this with you, because I strongly feel that if you're reading 19 subjects, then after finishing first reading of 19 subjects, you're beginning with the second read of 19 subjects, then the third reading of 19 subjects, fourth reading of 19 subjects. So the first time you're reading a subject and the next time you're reading the same subject, you will have read 18 other subjects in the meantime. So what possibly is your brain supposed to retain? You'll not be able to retain even 10% of the stuff you read 5 months back. So I think this is something which could not convince me ever. So I always believe that reading and revision should go on simultaneously. That's why I have created this plan for you. I hope this works. So yeah, I'll conclude this video. Thank you. Bye bye.